Come on, everybody. My hair is tore up. I'm waiting for three of you because you were on my last video. So, if you're joining me, I'm gonna set my. And I'm going to write down a lot of the stuff as people are coming in. It looks like no one is watching. I'm going to assume somebody's watching. And of course, I have hunks. Cool. I have you guys live. Chat room open. Come on. All right, well, I'll just get started. And then after this video, after this live chat concludes, I'll upload it and leave it as a video. So I want you guys to, okay, this was a lot of work. I still need to work on this window, but yes, everything that a person could ever manifest. It was my bestie, rest in peace. Everything a bestie, or anyone, I can't talk. The kitchen needs to clear out some trash, but okay, so assuming people are watching, even though it looks like one is, because that's just the way YouTube is, you're shady. So for the last couple of weeks, I've been having some feelings about the two witnesses, and there was the if you guys could I don't know if everyone follows the same content that I do, but there was a video 2 weeks ago that it showed a tornado in front of one of the ancient ruins in Mexico, I think it was, or in Peru, one of those areas in either it was Mexico or South America, but it was a tornado that came out in front of a pyramid. And here in North America, we had the butterfly migration. They weren't really butterflies, they were moths. But we also had the blizzards and the snow on the east, and we had the extreme cold on the west. We had flooding in Iran and Middle East last week and this week, intense rain and hail in Saudi Arabia. So this is the work of the two witnesses. And if you're not familiar with the Bible, um, it's cool, don't worry about it. At this point, I think we all can say that whether you go to church or not, that a lot of these things in scripture that were prophetic are happening. In fact, we are all like prophets. We don't know where this knowledge and wisdom comes from. We kind of could assume and have our theories and hypotheses, but we really don't know. Yes, you know about two witnesses. Hi, Applesauce. What's your real name? I'm so glad you're here. And there are people in the chat. It shows 0. Carmela, I hope you're here too. And Nihal, I hope you're here too from Germany. 3 of you must watch this live stream. If you're feeling vibrations today, that was me. I was sending vibes. You see behind me, there's my altar too. My new altar. Okay, so to the two witnesses. So uh, there's a mystery that I want to uncover, and it's about the two witnesses. I'm so excited about this. There's a whole lot I have to put in this video. So, the two witnesses are sight and faith. And a lot of people keep thinking, wee, sorry, I almost fell. So a lot of people think, oh, the two witnesses are these two special people, right? But it's actually in random order. One is Gentile, one is Jew. I don't like to say Jew because the New Age Jew is not what the old was. So these are the old bloodline, the Hebrew who spoke Aramaic, who then passed the knowledge to the Mesopotamians. Hence, now you have Samaria. I even have this book. Now, you guys can't get mad at me. Somebody, I guess I have a stalker, right? And the stalker gave me this book of this knowledge. And what I realized was they didn't tell me this. I just saw the logo. And I was like, oh, hail to the no. But what's interesting is when you pull far away, there's an eye. I didn't realize that. And you have as above, so below. And why the compass and the ruler? Because it's when you draw out your own will, blah, 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 blah. So I have this knowledge that someone from the dark side gave me. And it talks all about, I guess, all the knowledge of the practice. So we can say that this is all of what passed down from so these people already have the faith because they're already doing whatever work you want to say or passing the knowledge. So they need to witness something by sight. They have to physically see it, which is explains the eye. Which is why you see battery's low. So now I have to hop over to my battery. This is why you see the eye everywhere. This is why the all-seeing eye is what it is. People don't really know what all that is, and no one from the inside would tell us. So there you go, I witnessed it. On the flip side, you have those who, yes, right, and with divine intervention, which means, like, let's say, our President Trump, for example, everyone's like mad and going cuckoo crazy because they're like, he is this and he is that and rah, 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 rah. Well, there's some of us who are like, you know what, I'm just going to guide myself by faith and just let everything play out on its own. I don't see the chaos that people talk about. I only see things actually going the way that, you know, it's just weird to me. Like some people, some of us are just saying like, I have faith and I know I don't put my trust in that person. Um, but it's the things that are happening on a benevolent level around that person. That's what I can see. Divine intervention is working around this, and then this person doesn't even know what's going on, to be quite honest with you. He's not a dumb person at all because he is from this side. He's on the 33rd degree level, which is the highest level anybody on that entertainment, music industry, politics. Like this is higher than Zionists, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so on to the crazy news before I get the 10% notice. So a couple weeks ago, this came up and it talked about Russia warns America of a 9.0. And I totally forgot to keep track of this because where I am is in the Los Angeles area where this was said to have a tsunami. And this all was supposed to, this is interesting too here because this is what triggered him to create a wall. And a lot of people didn't know about this wall. They thought it was a racist thing. But I have to hop over to my couch to charge my phone. Whee! So, hi everyone. So hopefully my phone is charging. I don't want to lose you guys. If I cut out of this live chat, it means my battery died. But I think everything's good. Um, so going to my pad here, I just wanted to show you guys that on my computer that there's supposed to be a 9.0 within the 2 week period from 2 weeks ago to now. I totally forgot to get water. I'm good on canned goods, grains, nuts, and there's a 7-Eleven on the corner. But today was supposed to be that day because I know this very well. Oh, let me tell you why. Well, the wall essentially, let's say here is California. I'm jumping all kinds of subjects today because I'm too excited. So you have Texas, Mexico. Let's just make this up. Let's say the southern border is here, right? And let's just say there was an earthquake like today, Australia. There was a 6.0. It's very interesting. A wave like that will get stronger, stronger, and stronger, and essentially take out all of North America. If you have a wall, they say border wall, but I already know what it really means. If you have a tsunami break at a wall, this is what they have, I think, in Japan. And I think, yeah, Japan. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you break the tide, it will split in two ways and take out a quarter of California and a quarter of the southern part of North America, like our Atlanta, Georgia, Tennessee, Kansas, Texas, let's say Mississippi. So what's interesting was um, today's date, which is 4/2/3, right? Because 2019, all numbers go across, make they make three. Because one and two makes a three. So I have a 5, and then I have a 4 that equals 9. So now I have a Fibonacci sequence. So for the rest of the month of April, anytime you have this common root of a number, these situations, let's say, for example, 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't know how to do math, but let's just say 4 blah 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 2019, and that equates to 9 again, or 11. You'll see another event occur there. So anytime you follow the numbers by the day and the month and the year, you have these cataclysms and sequences of life that happen because they're called astrogates. This is how everything is blueprinted, and mathematically that's how things just happen. So we're not focusing on the direct literal politic here. We're looking at the subliminal things that are set up and why. Like in North America or Los Angeles here, we've been getting a lot of military drills. And I went on a hike today with my friend, and she's interested because she has this notion that we're twin flames. I've always investigated and was like, I don't know, because I don't feel like all that gushy, 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 and all that stuff. But This person and I, we mimic the duality of the masculine, the divine masculine and feminine. We went on a hike today, and we were channeling messages, and right over our heads was the hugest military plane that maybe carried 100 soldiers at one time. It was a huge, giant, looked like a cruise ship floating in the air. And there were also two smaller helicopters right off the coast. And then there was also a cigar shaped thing in the air, too, which was fast. There was a lot going on. And I didn't want to record it because putting something out on YouTube sometimes, like, it puts us in an attention of what we don't really want, that kind of attention. Sometimes I uploaded things and I would see something go strange with the video, and that's how I know people from the other side are telling me, don't post that. So I just play the rules, whatever I can get away with. Anyway, so today was actually supposed to be the day of this major earthquake hitting North America. How do I know? Why do I know? Because it just felt like it was going to happen. It really felt like, even when you guys saw the video, hmm even like I did the hydrokinesis video where my hand was in the water. And as my hand was in the water, I heard this loud boom, and the ground shook. And I told my friend, was that an earthquake? And when we checked the news, that was at the same time that it hit Australia. And interestingly enough, my friend, she went home and she kind of did her own download. And her download was very direct, and it said that many of the benevolent beings were prepared to do the hugest rescue mission ever. And I think the two witnesses intervened, not saying that was me and my friend, but the two witnesses who are doing this work all over the world, they can make things happen at the snap of a finger. And quite possibly, I think the two witnesses wavered our cataclysm. It was quite fascinating because me and my friend both channeled the same message, that um, we knew that there was an intervention somewhere. Something was going to happen, and it would have been bad because we had just had the solar flash. We're still processing everything. The guardian angels are all in position right now, helping and assisting everybody. I mean, look at it. Look at it. Oh, yes, I have stainless steel. But, anyways, this wasn't the reality 2 weeks ago. And it's fascinating if you guys can go through your lifestyle and kind of go, well, something's really unfolded and happened and transpired within the last, I would say, 1 week. Hey, 9/11. Is it 9/11? What time is it? Oh, it's 8:44 here, which is a very interesting. 9 and 8 is 16, and 1 makes 7. 7 is, if you guys didn't know or follow that video, 7 is the seventh density is a light. So that's all I really wanted to share with everybody. Oh, there was another chemical fire about 15-minute drive going west of where I am. This was a recycling plant. 2 weeks ago was a refinery, if you guys saw your news, and it said, yay, Niha! Where you at? I have to catch you up. Oh, there was also another thing I wanted to... Where is it at? So going back, I will brush through everything. Yay, you're here. So just to catch you up, I had a huge download today. Two witnesses are two different, there may be beings as well, and they may also be two races. So if you guys know Abraham from the Bible, he had a concubine wife, Hagar, which is also the same Hagar in Greek mythology. If you guys didn't know, I channeled this, and I can probably try to verify in another video the clues to who she is. And then there was Sarah. Sarah was the elder wife who couldn't bear a child, so they had the concubine wife who had Abraham's first bloodline. Sarah had the second one. And so, therefore, you have the two witnesses. One had to be from each side to witness the other one's truth. So, let's say if sight was on point, they had to have faith in something. Let's say faith was on point about something, they had to physically see something transfold. That's the whole point of the two witnesses. Once each side realizes that both sides are the truth, all this comes to a happy ending. If they don't agree by a certain time, when shit hits the fan, excuse my language, then everything gets destroyed. We talked about Mr. T in the White His House. How, hey Norway, is your name really May? May? Anyway, you guys should all introduce yourselves because you're the only people who follow me on my channel the most frequently, and you all comment the most frequently, and I'm so appreciative of you all. You guys have no idea. I was just like someone who was little all over the place a couple years ago, and my aunt, who lives in Texas, she's about 55 years old, and she said, God wants your seed. And I was like, excuse me? I'm like, there's a problem. I don't like women. I don't, like, I told her auntie, I don't know how I'll bear a child. That's just not going to happen. But what's interesting, my twin flame, she basically did a channeling, and she writes down her channel messages in a notebook, and it said that we were to bring forth the child, and it was in those words, bring forth the child. And she's like, well, we gotta get a bed, and we have to get this bridal chamber going, and bow chicka wow wow. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Because my faith was telling me that that's not the right way. This isn't the way to. Hi, everybody. It shows two people in the chat, but I know there's about 4 or 5 of you. I love you guys all. I really do. Like, as if you guys were my best friends. Even if my channel were just you guys, I'm totally fine with that because people don't really know who I am, but I think through the camera and through the last videos I've been posting, you guys feel that something is right and something is on point about what I'm saying. And I really trust what I say because my grandmother, she's a prophet. She was a minister of a church for 30 years. And last year she turned 84. And so that was like her last, run of doing church services. So now she is immobile because her legs are, they're swollen up and there's no circulation. So I was sort of like a special person because when my mom was pregnant with me, when I was supposed to be C-section out of my mom, my grandmother was rushing too much. She tripped and fell. And then when they got her to the hospital, what happened was she had too much anesthesia and she actually passed away for 10 minutes. And after they tried to resuscitate her, basically she flatlined. And then they rolled her next to my mom, who then I came out of my mom. And they were about to tell my mom, sorry, congratulations on your birth of your son. My mom thought I was a girl. And then they were about to pull the sheet back and say, or the divider, and say, sorry, your mother, she's gone. But what happened was my grandmother, I reenact it because I feel like being funny right now. So my grandmother goes, and then she's like, where is he? You have to name him Aaron. And that's how I was born. So there's a cool connection between me and my grandmother. And we're like the same person, essentially. It's kind of crazy if you guys are like incarnates believers. It could have been that her passing incarnated me before birth, and me taking breath was my grandmother, and then she taking her breath back into her own consciousness in her own physical body. I don't know. Craziness, right? But the family line that we come from is very, very, very important and very distinct. If you guys wonder like what nationality I am, and why I have a certain nose, our family bloodline traces back to the Queen Beersheba. Um, sorry, excuse me, I have a feather. She basically had an affair with King David, and they had this affair for a long time. And I guess that's just how my family line started. Beep. I always get horns in my videos. So moving on, that shows you guys why these gifts kind of are encrypted with your DNA. Some people are different. So try to find out your family lines and where your heritage actually comes from. Most people, their heritage tracks back to either Sumeria, Mesopotamia, or Israel. Israel, you got to go back 10,000 years ago to really know. There goes another horn. So, to catch everyone up, if you just joined the chat, there was a prophetic message from Russia. I had it on my computer screen. We'll go back over there shortly. That 9.0 was prophesied to hit California. And, well, not California, the whole North America was basically going to be split up and destroyed. And it got intervened and interrupted. This was my download, this was the message, and there was confirmation today over it. Today being a 9-day, it's a Fibonacci sequence, which, if you do the math of today's date, all numbers across the board go to 9. So anything can go up the Fibonacci sequence, or anything could go down. So this depends on vibration, amplified people. There were nothing terrifying or issues that happened. Let's say like those mass shootings that we don't like to hear about. That brings our vibration down. Then we downward spiral. So every time these 6 or 9 comes about, that tells you where we're going. Schumann resonance may go up on high vibrations, or it may drop low when everyone's sad and boo-hoo-hoo. The earthquake in Australia was a 6.0, which I thought was fascinating because you have a 9-day and a 6.0. I think if we flip things around, where there was a 6 date and you had a 9.0, you guys see what I'm talking about? Hey, Cancer. This will be Cataclysm. So let's watch. What day would that be? If the first number is a 4, oh, you guys need to help me with math. Let's just say 12, for example. And then 2019 always goes to 3 because not all the numbers cross the board. Sorry if I'm talking too much. So here you have 6. 4 makes 10. We have a 1. Yes, but the people of the light don't know about these numbers, and that's why I'm able to share that with everybody, because we think, hey, you're eating breakfast, I'm eating dinner. I was so hungry today. Okay, so 4 and 6 makes 10. 4 and 7 makes 11. 4, 8 makes 12. 4. Am I doing the numbers correctly across the board? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 and 3 makes 15. This here makes 14. Going across, you have a 6. There you have a 5. So let's say February 8th. Let's keep our eyes open, because if something does occur this day, we should already be prepared about it. But like I did today, me and my friend, we went on a hike and we thought, let's just concentrate our divine energy. Let's concentrate on integration. Our goal as light workers are to take this divine, the masculine, feminine, they have to integrate. So this duality needs to collapse. So when I was meditating today, I was putting in my intentions, collapse the duality, collapse the masculine, feminine, integrate the two. They need to be combined as one. Um, this is not saying be transgender, don't be a them or like Ariana Grande. I thought it was weird because today she announced she had a video saying I like men and women, but it's weird because as stupid as that sounds and as arrogant as she's making herself look, sabotaging young people who are following her, at the end of the day, she's using her divine gift, but it's on an opposing side of us. So if we are so below, the entertainment industry is on it as above. So they're operating backwards. We're operating forwards. Forward, forward, backwards, backwards, forwards. She does make me sad too. Like even though I know the industry so much, I'm a dance teacher, and the music was positive. The music was uplifting and motivating, and then it started to get very sexual, and then she started cursing in every song. And then the last album, Thank You Next, was really about going, you. And that's not the message that we want. We don't want to manipulate our children to, like, I think about the kids who are going to be singing, I love men and women too. It's like, why? And we blame, we blame a sitting president for being stupid, arrogant, misogynist, racist, whatever the list is that you guys, whatever reality or timeline you guys are in, he's different in every timeline. If you guys didn't know, there's a red tie and there's a blue tie, and I don't want to say it verbally. If you guys watch, there's and the theory, or the conspiracy theory, is, how is that possible? Well, you have to take one from, and you have to take one from. And then, so if a young one, the kid who, there was no trace of Melania having a child. If you guys follow the timeline, they never really talked about her giving birth. So you have a past child, and then you have a future, and then you put them both in the present timeline. One is able to know what's happening in the future. One is able to be innocent of the past and groomed. Mm-hmm. Yes, applesauce. What's your real name? So the starseeds and the Pleiadians, the indigo children, the light workers, however you want to call yourselves. I kind of don't like to say light worker because I always think Luciferian, because it's working through, it's like integrating your darkness and light, I guess, emerging your light. But Lucifer didn't. He got vindictive and facetious. Kimmy, that's your real name. I like that name. It was like, is that Blossom's best friend, Kimmy? No, 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 that was Full House. My bad. um, so a lot of the indigos and the star seeds, they are from future tense us, and they are in current consciousness now doing the work. So all of the sky observations that we've been watching and seeing and acknowledging. Hey, Germany's doing breakfast too right now. This message is very intense. I wish you guys all lived here, and we can talk about this every day. It'd actually be cool if we can do. You know what we should do? Because you guys are all my amazing, amazing group of people. I don't want to cry because I get very emotional. I'm an empath. You guys are all the every single person who's in the chat right now, including Carmela, who's probably putting her kids to bed right now. You guys are all the reason why I keep this channel going and why I kept speaking and why I kept just saying, you know what, this is gonna sound way out there. People are gonna think I'm on something. But I don't care because no one has shown the truth in physical form. They prove it through the computer. They show other people's facts, but then um, where does your own gift come in? And there's somebody, I don't want to say their name because I don't want to get crap for this, but there's someone who is very on point and professional about their channel and does have messages, delivers messages, but he or she is not channeling, not saying channel like you're listening to voices in your head. That should be a no-no. I knew somebody who he said that he is Palladian and he had a higher self voice, kind of like the Matrix, where someone is on the side of him while he's subconscious in the current Earth right now. And I'm like, nobody's out there talking to your head, instructing you on what you should know. It comes from your heart because your heart's the life source of your body. Your heart is the spark. Yay, dance. Yeah, I'm a dance teacher, which is cool. And so every day I get to amplify vibrations. It's the coolest job in the world. And it's like I'm a secret spy about it too. There's people who they go, you know, I've never smiled before until like I joined your class. It's so cool. I actually have a big crush on BTS. I do. They're so cute. Like they're like men. Like they look like Ken Barbie dolls, but then when you hear them talk, it's like very deep and they're like, oh. And when they're like doing this American album right now, so they're like rapping, and I'm like, oh, so hot. Anyway, back to topic. What questions do you have for me? I'm a big BTS fan. We're all BTS fans. Woohoo! Hashtag Go Tribe. I think we should schedule a meeting in a live chat. This would be cool. I think this is good for us to have some type of community and maybe there's a chat. I think there's a chat button on YouTube where we can create a group name and we can all be in that chat group. But I think we should schedule it because I think you guys follow me more than creating your own videos. Because I'll cut this short. I know we're going at 40 minutes already. Um, but yeah, in conclusion, the 9.0 huge catastrophic earthquake. It did not target North America. We did not get a tsunami from the Australian earthquake. Things worked in our favor. Our star family really intervened and stepped in and really saved us because we're not prepared yet. There's still more work to do. And I think if ever you guys are at home wondering, like, what can I do? Or I just don't know what my calling is. If you just get a book, if you guys have a Target, just get up. Purple's my favorite color, by the way. Go to Target, and whatever your intentions are, you write it down. Prosperity too, like, um, oh, that's at positivity. Um, Usually, how I want things to turn out, like let's say the campaign trail in America in 2016, I thought it was going to go the way of the female. Um, but I didn't realize until my last channel message that women in power are actually divine masculine inside. And it would have to be a woman in charge who is left handed, because the left hand is the feminine side of the body, believe it or not. The dominant is the right. So people who are absolutely completely integrated in the divine feminine movement, they will actually Reiki with the left hand. If you guys didn't know that, the heart and the body has polarities. Uh oh, the channeling's coming in. So this is totally like, I don't know what I'm about to say, but I'm just gonna say it. So what I'm receiving is that the bodies are in polarities. Someone who is RH negative can actually reverse polarities if they're in cahoots with, their, let's say, a twin flame connection. So if your twin flame is RH positive, um, and they are, let's say for me, let's just say the gay dude, so he's completely divine feminine because his work is in with the feminine. My work is dance, so dance will be with the feminine. It will be with the right side. Well, I'm right-handed, but I protect my left side because my right is stronger. So I'll guide and lead off of my right because I don't want to destroy the left side. That's how I teach. You guys are friends already, huh? I love it. Oh, you guys should all like put your emails in the comments after this video. That way I can do a group email. And yeah. So there was a reverse polarity today. I remember that was what I was supposed to say. Um, there was a stream of river when I was walking on my hike, and that's where I did the hydrokinesis. It's where there's a conduit between human vibration and element vibration, the earth responding, the matter that's in between the earth and the self was the water. Hey, Kimber, Kimber Boss. I'm gonna write you down. Kimber Boss 70 at Gmail. Okay, I already have Neha's email. So I'll send you guys a group email because I think we think call me cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Um, I think we were all intentionally blueprinted to know each other, and quite possibly, if a past life existed, we were all friends. We were all doing the work, and quite possibly, you all who are in this chat were assisting the apostles, the seven, the 12, apostles who helped Christ on his mission of love and all the stuff that we do now, receiving messages from the divine, walking in faith, confirming things in person. I'm just going to say it. I think you guys were all, you assisted and you've helped in the past. And I'm not ready to tell you guys who I am. I'll put it in the email because I don't want to dig a hole on social media, but I know who I am, and it's quite um, Neha, 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 Neha. Correct me if I'm wrong. I shared. I can't do it. No. Um, let's just. Oh, I can't even do it. My guides don't even give me the good feeling of. Don't. I'll send in an email. What else do you guys have to share with me? I will tell you. Applause. Email me. Oh, sorry. May. No. Kimmy, Kimmy. There we go. You're lucky. I don't really remember names that much. Um, so we did we finish the first? Oh, Nay, Naya, Naya. I knew that. See, I'm right. Watch. Um, Yay. See, I'm good. I'll give you guys a tour of my new apartment, and then I'm gonna let you guys go to work because I know you're finishing breakfast right now. So I have. Listen, I hope my battery doesn't die. So here's my little altar. So this is where I do all my, I call it shakalaka laka laka work. So I have lavender potpourri on the bottom. This actually helps because I used to have a lot of anxiety, so I've been hiding lavender around the house. And I have frankincense and white copal and maple copal. I celebrate everything. There isn't one thing I don't. Oil from Israel. Ooh, yes. Um, if shit hits the fan, excuse my language, each of these candles have a third one. They're 24-hour, so they stay lit for 24 hours. So I know to light one to count the 3 days if we do have 3 days of darkness. Um, show you guys my closet. Whee! So here's my belly dance outfits. Oh yes, this is like a cool closet. I have a lot of stuff. I have to still sort things. Ugh, what a mess. This is a very weird painting. It's from wine and charcoal. And there was a famous artist who I met here, and this was my theory of the pyramids of Giza. How when you have two black holes that are like the number eight, information is going in the black holes and they're coming back right now in the future. So we're acting in two different realities at one time, believe it or not. So when people have all these theories of how are the pyramids there and what's going on, all of that is still happening now, but just in another, I guess you can say in the past, but it's through a black hole. I've downloaded all these messages about how black holes work. I showed you guys my dream catcher, right? I made this. This was a costume. I was native Indian. I danced. I have quartz and hematite. Um, it's a little parlor, is what we call it. You can put a bed in there, so we'll see what happens in the future. I love the floor, the grids. This is what you guys probably saw in my last video, but and then I have my Buddha area. So I'm waiting to see what crystal I'm gonna put here. I'm still waiting. Bamboo. That vase is from Africa. This was actually one housewarming gifts a friend of mine gave me. It is lithium, real lithium. And what's interesting is every time that I hold this, my veins get thinned. So they say that this is good for anti-anxiety, depression, negative thoughts, feelings, upper respiratory breathing issues. I don't know why it looks like a pyramid, but sometimes when I sleep, I put it like on my heart because my body's polarity is going right to left, which I think all of us are. But sometimes if you're RH negative, or if depending on what DNA you have, your polarities may reverse. Though your circulation is going right, polarity goes left. You can determine this. This is another message that's being channeled because how your thyroid function is. If you're hypothyroid, your hormone production is slower. This shows that your polarities go reverse add to circulation of your body. That was another. Um, that's that. I'll show you guys the bathroom. This bathroom is sick, dude. So, no, that's all I'm not gonna show you guys all this stuff. Anyway, that's my bathroom. I'm trying to put some blue, carry the blue out. But because I am a fitness instructor, a dancer, I have a rainfall shower. So I can actually stand and let it rain fall. I can actually sit here and steam. Oh, there goes another pyramid. I can actually steam the area, so I have my essential oils. You can be jealous. That's cool. I get to, steam myself. Oh, you are. Do you and your twin get along, by the way? I want to get into that. I'm going to close this door here. So here is my keychain. I just need to get this box out the way. I have to reveal this later. There's a lotus, and I'm gonna deal with that later. But I have that water you guys saw from the last video. I only give this plant, this bamboo plant, that water. So I'm testing something out by keeping those negative ions from. I know that stove is amazing. Yes, honey. Stainless steel, convection, microwave. So what's cool here, I want to show you guys what I'm eating. I'm eating horrible today. I ate so good the last 2 weeks. But this is an actual cloth that was made by, I forget what tribe, but this was donated to me. This beautiful painting was donated to me as well. I have Native Indian in my family. And that's my whole place. I have a heart, over there. And then balance. That's my, yep. So anytime you guys want to come to Los Angeles County, let me know. I would love to visit you guys, but because I work full time and my students and clients would be so mad. But hopefully, 2020, that would be the year I just kind of take off and travel. So I'll let this go to 60 minutes. What do you guys have for me? Like, what do you want to ask? Is there anything that you guys have questions about? If you want to put me on the spot to have me channel something, go for it. This is cool. I feel so good right now. I have good vibrations, and it's weird because where I used to live was just a hellhole. It was just constantly being interrupted. 2020 is going to be a big year because 4 is a power number, which is why I have 4 N words for wisdom, which you guys probably don't know why. In the days of creation, like from the book of Genesis, the 4th day was the day of creation of life. So the earth, the heavens, skies, the moon, the sun, that was all 1 through 3. 4 was life. Many will awaken in 2020, but it might be too late because 2021, 22, 23 will be like all these different, not apocalyptic events, but then the flip, if you guys go on flat earth, then the poles literally turn. So the sun will go back in as regular. Right now, the sun goes clockwise, and it's supposed to go counterclockwise. That's why in Revelation it talks about a great shaking and the sun set in the east. Um, and then it talks about the eclipse and blah, blah, blah. We're supposed to have the other eclipse in, is that 2024? So that might be the great grand show that we've been kind of thinking was going to happen before. Um, oh, there's one other thing, a channel message I got today. Me and my counterpart, we were walking back to the cars, and for some weird reason, I looked to the left, and there was this statue of a white horse. I keep telling my grandmother to stay alive to see that show. If you don't have questions, don't worry about it. I kind of answer a lot. There's so much food for thought. I think like why I feel I've mostly been getting positive messages. Two is your angel's number. Hey, go back. Oh, I couldn't read it, but two is your number. Um, I just lost my thought what I was saying, but oh, the white horse. So there was a statue of a white horse, and then me and my counterpart, twin flame, whatever you want to call it. I say friend because she keeps saying we're twin flames, but our twin flames are not here on Earth. They're not here. I can't say that they died, but our twins are not here. We are the we are twins of a pair of a counterpart. So let's say Lucy and Desi, that they were not twin flames, but Fred and Ethel were the twin flames of Ricky and Lucy. So Ricky's twin flame was Ethel, Lucy's twin flame was Fred. And though they weren't a couple, they were still close in proximity of each other. Oh yes, I know big things were gonna pop off, which is why I'm happy I'm here, because if this place fell apart, the roof opened up, I'll be fine. There's nothing above me. But people get the whole twin flame thing wrong. They think, oh, let's go make a baby because of twin flames. A lot of times in this current consciousness, the twin flames are in other relationships for a reason, because you're supposed to do the work. And if you don't do the work, then what are you here for? So, going back to this white horse thing, I was like, oh, that's like the white horse in Apocalypse. And the white horse was ridden by the person with an arrow, which is Sagittarius. And so, thank you. People get that so wrong. They think they have to physically be connected, and that's a deception. That's the pagan worship. That the pagan worship will have you mistakenly, be intimate with your partner, and then what happens is they hijack your gifts, your energy, your life source. But you probably see a lot of twin flame relationships. Children have issues like autism, ADHD. I'm not saying that's a burden they're putting on them, but then sometimes we manifest the right opportunity, but then the negative forces know how to create negative situations with the people of the light. Therefore, us feeding the negative situation feeds the people who created the scenario. Those are like succubus or banshee-like people who like to suck life force from us good people. I know my stuff, girl. I did Gematria Code 2 a year ago. Oh, geez, I forgot to talk about the seed. So I did Gematria Code. If you guys know Neo Glimmer, Gematria Code told me that I was the revealer of the mysteries. Because I did like my name, and I saw the number code of my name, and I did something else, and then all the numbers came into a message that said revealer of the mysteries, and there was a whole list of stuff. like the imams of the Iran tradition are actually true. And people, they always go against our brothers and sisters who are from the Middle East, but then they are the Hagar bloodline of Abraham. They are the truth. The ones who are of the Sarah bloodline are the ones who are in politics right now, and the ones who are the blue-eyed, blonde-hair Jews. Um, they're also the Jesuits, and they're also the is that a crow at 10 p.m.? That was weird. It's sad, but it is true. I mean, we all have to come to terms with there's a lie somewhere, and there's a false culture imposing as the real. I know you heard the crow. That's oh, story of my crazy life. 926. We should do the gematria code for 926 and see where that comes up to. All right, let's see if I can get over to my computer. This is fun. I'm sorry if you guys have like something to do. Someone wants to be. I always like to be quiet. It's so quiet here. I always feel bad. I'm a loud person. Like I talk loud. My voice vibrates the whole building. Um, Bye. Go to work. Watch later. I'll try to cut this video. Actually, better yet, I'll cut this video now. I love you guys, but I'll let you go. And then I'm going to do the gematria codes for 926 and let you guys know what turns up. And oh, and the last final part of what I was saying about the seed was that it was actually Neo Glimmer. His gematria code a year ago said that he would be planting the seed of knowledge, which was he was the first person to ever come up with the most amazing gematria code that was going to confirm the event. Yay, thank you. I can feel your love. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a wonderful morning. Seems like all of you are starting your morning, and it is 9:30 p.m. here. So, love you guys. We're going to do this chat again. Maybe we'll get together next week. And then stay tuned for more videos. The number 4 for Words for Wisdom is for creation. Always create, always love, always inspire. All right, bye, you guys. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Bye, Kimmy. Take care, everybody. Where's the go off button? This is like my second live ever. Bye. Say bye to everybody in the chat. See you guys. Take care. Bye, Nia. Oh, you make my journey. Yes, and I'll continue making these videos. All of you are so amazing. Thank you. Really, like, if you guys did not come into perspective at the exact time that you all did, I wouldn't be here.